Thanks for tuning in to the Working Dirt channel. On this episode, in our build series of our Hemi Swap LJ build, we're gonna be removing old suspension components on our old LJ and getting them prepped and ready for paint to be put on our new or old donor frame, which you saw in our last video, which we prepped and painted with none other than the famous Rattle Can Satin Black, a preferred off-road paint. You guys love it. It's budget friendly and easy to use time after time. We will also be educating Tara, the camerawoman behind the scenes right now, on the different suspension components, as well as showing her how to remove that front axle assembly. And so I think we need to get started. All right, stick around.
So it's Sunday and we have some free time. So we're gonna use that free time to work on the Jeep.
We're gonna work on the Jeep.
But
done.
But first things first.
We have to get lighting for our office so that we can.
No, that's good, but
we have to be distracted by minuscule things.
No.
What?
Gotta get some mountains blue.
I think we're ready to start taking off the links and suspension systems so we can paint the different pieces. You look at this and you think, where should you start? Because it's all dirty, some parts are rusty, whatever, and we're gonna try to just break it down into parts so it's easier to deal with. And so we're gonna lift this up with the engine hoist and take off the coils, the links, and start cleaning those, and then we're gonna spray those satin black. Everything's gonna be satin black, and then we might just start isolating other parts and wires or whatever and paint those individually as well. So we're gonna start undoing these bolts right now. It's a lock nut. They pinch the back. Yeah, because obviously it's very important, right? So they pinch the back so that it cuts into the thread. I appreciate that. So now all we gotta do is pat that bolt out, and probably we'll remove this guy next. So you want to get a drink, and then we could do those. Alright. Because I think I'm. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of work and all that stuff. So it's late at night, and just like always, there's always a tool you might not have and you don't want to go get because you don't have the time. So I had plenty of extra wrenches. We're gonna try this open end wrench. Actually, I tried over there, it didn't work. And I cut it to make it a line wrench, but obviously they're not as beefy as a line wrench. So I'm trying to get creative and compress it with vice grips. So hopefully I can turn it, but these little brass nuts are always tighter than you can believe. So for good reason, so you don't leak. But we're gonna squish that guy and see. Now I need my other wrench so we can see if we can open this guy up and disconnect it. It's still off. Yeah, it's.
Hey.
This is what happens. You don't have the right tool for the job. Slowing productivity, creating anxiety. God dang it. Those things are always so tight. So we don't want to strip it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a line wrench in the morning, or I'll disconnect it down here.
Why is it so sensitive again?
Because it's, I think they're brass, which is a softer metal, so they can make a better seal. But since it's so wedged in there, using a hard wrench or tool steel just wants to round out the edges. So We don't need tools.
We don't need tools?
That was a joke, like tool head, tool douche.
Oh.
Yeah, we need the right guy with the right tool for the job. That was a bad joke. Now remember, you don't have earmuffs.
Where are your earmuffs?
I'm older.
What? What?
It's whatever weight, it's probably got more weight. It's not equal. I don't think it'll want to fall forward. Oh, with those, it'll probably want to lean backwards. So if anything, I'll just keep this guy out in front to help counterweight it. It's about probably even, I'm guessing. If these drag on the floor, the axle shouldn't, yeah, so now, rubber hammer.
It's right in your back.
Good, it's happy.
There's nothing left.
You just drop the lower links, the lower front links. So the steering bars are completely separate than the suspension. They have nothing to do with how the axle needs to stay underneath your car.
Okay.
They are just to steer your axle.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with supporting or positioning your axle. Your suspension links are what position your axle under your car. So this right here is your drag link. Or not your drag link, I'm sorry. It's your pan hard bar. And what that means is panning left to right is kind of the same thing with what this pan hard bar is. It controls your axle from not going left or right.
Oh, like
prevents it.
Panoramic.
Yeah, exactly. So look, if you're linked here, it can't go that way. Like you're linked here and there. The axle can't go that way.
Okay.
And it can't go that way. Because you're linked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just telling you to accept what I'm telling you. Do you get it?
I accept.
If that wasn't here, this axle can go left to right.
And what's gonna happen? Your tires tilt like this.
No, it has nothing to do with that. The tires tilting have nothing to do with it. It's just the axle, left to right.
Yeah.
Because look, if this wasn't here,
Then you might start.
look, you have this bar like that and that bar like that. So look, those bars we just dropped on the ground, if I'm just holding the axle like this, and the axle wants to go this way, what's preventing the axle from going like that?
Oh, that's gonna happen.
That's where you're standing. Look, see those bars? They're connected all there. They're parallel with the frame. Nothing down that line is keeping the axle from doing this.
So we would be doing this.
It would do some weird shit.
Yeah.
It'll just like, it can go that way. It'll go like this.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll scissor. Nonetheless, all right, so we have this. Now we need to disconnect that. Now I'm gonna help you hold it. So you're just gonna wiggle that bolt out if you can. And I'm gonna hold the axle. It's probably gonna, like I said, it's probably gonna stay pretty still.
Okay.
Well, I was sitting in a coffee.
Did it come out?
Just
Yeah.
have to pass the time.
Yeah, that's good. So go ahead and drop it down, or over and down. Can you bring it to you?
Bring it to me. Oh,
Well,
it
it's more
does.
just like when I started snickering.
There you go. So you can just let it sit like that.
Started voting.
Now, you should be free and clear of everything. Maybe lift this up a little bit.
Across the western sky. Rolling over the northern and we'll get to this ride. Oh, dog, Mississippi.
Flexing now.
Pardon us on that.
Yeah. Now, we can tilt. Yeah, we can roll it back. Yep.
Back in
And we can tilt these guys a little forward. Good progress.
Yeah, we got the front axle has been disconnected.
So what I'm gonna have you do is hold this guy.
Keep it.
Yeah. By pushing down on it, it won't let it like go back. And then I'm gonna keep removing these tires because what I want to do.
Yeah.
Maybe I can put that thing on a dolly, but. Alright, so I'll put the back. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and hold that. Yeah, you hold that. Okay? There you go. Perfect. You go, girl. Nice. Alright. There you got it. Lefty loosey. I know it takes a lot of muscle. Yeah, go ahead and jack up the frame more with the cherry picker. Look at these. Oh, man. There you go. We can also, there you go. So save that for that one. We're gonna, oh, you know, we can take that off. Now, I know you guys out there, some are beginners and some are experts in the whole restoration, rebuilding process, and there's so many different ways to go. But if I were to give any advice, it is to pick out your goal and stay focused on it, because for us, we look at the frame and we want to give it our best shot and make the best product at the end of the day. But you can end up spending so much time and so much money, you know, starting from example, the paint that we go to use to paint our suspension components. We just wanted a nice rig that we can get on the road, that's presentable, and not really worry if it gets scratched, and then be able to touch it up if it does, with not being expensive. So we chose to go the rattle can route. There are many powder coating options, epoxy coats, I mean, you name it, there's different ways you can go on just that. You can upgrade hardware and spend tons of money. But if you're gonna get your project done, just pick your goal, stick to it, and you'll be happier at the end of the day. This project so far is going as we planned. It's just taking a little longer because we have an epidemic we're living through right now. But we are not losing focus, and we will be getting after it time after time. So thank you for watching. Again, your viewership helps our channel support veterans, trails, and charities each quarter. So thank you for that. And we'll see you at the next one.